Right, everyone. Just thought I'd give you a quick update to my status. Basically, flying out to Vegas tomorrow for a holiday. Cannot wait. It's been a long time coming, and just about to go and get my haircut, to be honest. But I thought let me quickly do a quick vlog. I'm going to give you guys 5 tips because obviously for the next week or so, my page there's not going to be any posts on my page at all. And obviously, if you follow me on Twitter, my tweets will be. Basically, I'm just not planning to plug into the social media world for the week. Just switch off and come back refreshed. But yeah, 5 top tips for you guys while I'm away. Number one, water. Make sure you're consuming enough water. Um, like they say, a good way to test is basically your urine should be clear or just a little bit yellow. If it's dark, toxic, you know what I mean? That's not good. You're dehydrated, which means basically your performance levels, your concentration levels, everything in your body has slowed down. And that's bad because every chemical reaction that takes place in your body is in the presence of water. Blood's made up of water, your brain's made up of water, your organs, muscle tissue. So it makes sense that you need to be consuming water. As they say, an average is around about 2 litres. But like I said, that's an average. Everybody's different. I myself, at the minute, consume around 7 litres of water. That's because basically I hold a lot more muscle mass than the average person. I'm more active than the average person. My day starts early, and to be honest, I rarely drink hot drinks. So for me, literally, it's just water, water, water. I have them on my desk. I always have like my core shaker or something around with me with water in it. And that's just a given. It's something I actually like the taste of water as well. So it's something that I consume regularly without even having to consciously do it. So get that water down you. And I don't mean water in your tea and water in your coffee. Just get down some good, clean, pure water. Tip number 2 is, end of the day, in order for you to change, you need to know what you've been doing already. You know what I mean? You can't just adopt something and say, oh yeah, I'll do this or do that, without knowing exactly what your starting point is. So get a food diary. You can even just write it down on a piece of paper. Monday, if it's at 8 a.m. or whatever time you eat up, just note down at the times that you've eaten food. Even if you had a little chocolate bar, right? You've had a chocolate bar at this time. If you had a drink of water, right, you had a drink of water. You had a coffee, right, you had a coffee. If you had 2 sugars in it, you had milk, or you had black, or you had a cappuccino, skinny latte, whatever. Even when you had a sandwich, say it was 2 slices of bread, say you had butter, mayonnaise, you had pickle, you had a bit of salt, pepper, or anything. I'm talking get really, really anal with it. Write down exactly everything. Don't leave it till the end of the day because you're going to forget the stuff that you've had. Not on purpose, but subconsciously you neglect the fact that you've maybe had, I don't know, there was a donut in the office and you forgot. So do that. Do it for the full days. It will create a bigger picture because your habits change at the weekend. So do that. That's tip number 2, food diary. Tip number 3, go through your food diary. Actually consciously see the amount of food that you're eating, or the little amount of food that you're eating. And that's the thing, because a lot of people, when you think about it, yeah, I eat a lot, or I don't eat that much. But when you see it in paper in black and white, it takes you back. Just seeing it there that you've actually put all this food in your mouth or you haven't. But yeah, go through your food diary. Look at where all your sources of food are coming from. Is it coming from mainly processed foods, highly refined foods and sugar, or is it coming from whole foods? Literally foods that have 1 or 2 ingredients, natural ingredients. So look where the basis of your food is coming from. And then we'll move on to tip number 4. From then, you need to start implementing whole foods. Start getting rid of the refined sugars, your cereals for breakfast. Stop having 2 sugars in your tea. And by that I mean slowly wind into it. Don't immediately cut out everything. Just look at the stuff that you consume in high amounts and look for a healthy alternative for it. Instead of having sugar in your tea, or 2 sugars in your tea, have 1 sugar. Slowly wean off, because the thing is, you cut it out straight away, then you're just going to be more prone to want it. That's it. You're just going to get that hunger for it. It's going to be on your mind. Oh, I want chocolate, I want chocolate, or I need that sugar, I need that sugar. And before you know it, you've eaten copious or copious amounts, I should say, of chocolate or sugar, and then you start feeling all sorry for yourself, and then you know what I mean. You go in a backward spiral, and you think, oh, what's the point? Why bother? So yeah, start implementing whole foods, more fruit, more fresh fruit, lean cuts of meat, literally anything. If it's walking or it's growing in the ground, eat it. You know, that's it. Bacon, eat it. My people that see me like eat bacon, and they're like, oh, that's not healthy. And then, you know what I mean, without being arrogant or anything, it's just like, come on now. You know what I mean? It gets a bit silly. And at the end of the day, it's just down to education. That's it. We're led to believe that have a cereal or have special K or cornflakes or whatever, because that's how the TV has led us to believe. Other people in the world, they have meat for breakfast, and they're not slimmer than us as a nation. And what's my other tip? Tip number 5, exercise. And I put exercise at the end purely because you need to have a balance. But you can exercise all the time in the world, spend hours and hours doing cardio or weights. If you're genetically gifted, you can get away with that. And I know some people that can get away with that. I even got away with that in the early years for quite a lot of time, to be honest. Eating all the fast foods and whatever, because I didn't really know about nutrition. I didn't really care. And at that point, although it's not an excuse, I was trying to put on size. That was it. But exercise, you need to be smart about it as well. You need to get a plan. Don't just go in and just go, okay, I'm going to do an hour on the cardio machine, whatever it is, and then I'm going to do swim 20, 30 lengths or whatever. You know what I mean? You got to, as with your eating, with your training, it has got to be planned, it's got to be regimented, you got to know what you got to do, you got to know what your goal is, you got to tailor it to your goal. I see people going in, aimlessly doing whatever. When I go to the gym, I got my stopwatch, so I know what my breaks are. I time my breaks. If I'm supposed to have a 60-second break between my set, that's what I do. I have my notepad, so I know. The next time I come in, if I only manage to do, I don't know, whatever exercise, 30, 40 kg and whatever exercise, in my mind, I've already read what I did last time, and when I leave, I want that to go up. Even if it's by 0.2 or I manage to do another rep on it, and again, that's a bonus, it's motivation. So, yeah, just a quick run through on my 5 top tips then. 1, water. 2, food diary. 3, look at the food diary. Check where your sources of food are predominantly coming from. Processed or whole foods or whatever. You know what I mean? 4, start to slowly reduce, not bad foods, but the processed foods, the highly refined sugar foods. Start to reduce those, and then put in new whole foods or new fresh sources. 5, exercise. Gotta get that exercise. You cannot do one without the other. See people, oh, I'm just going to do a diet, still sit on your ass. That's not how it works. You'll lose weight, but you're not gonna change your physique. End of the day, you're exercising your muscles, you're getting them tighter, you're getting them leaner, you're getting them to burn a lot more calories, which is why exercise and nutrition work hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other and expect to get the body that you aspire to have. You know what I mean? You got to put the effort in, 110% in everything, not 80% diet, 20% gym, or whatever kind of crazy percentages there is. End of the day, you got to be in it to win it. And like I said, these are simple tips. It's not complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't need to count calories and all that kind of stuff either. Just portion control. But the main thing is you got to want to do it for yourself and for the right reasons. And you have to remain accountable. Tell the world that you want to do this and do that. Because at the end of the day, it just creates accountability. But just to end, because I'm going to be late, I'm always moving on to something when I'm doing these videos. But yeah, I need to get my hair cut. But like I said, I'm going to be in Vegas. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be able to bought a ticket to see the WBFF Pro Show out there as well, Planet Hollywood. It's going to be crazy. If any of you guys are out there, shout me a holler. You know what I mean? Say anything. But yeah, gonna go out, have fun with a good bunch of guys, and I shall see you guys, in a week or so. So take care, enjoy your week, and just remain accountable, stay consistent, and do it for you. Peace.